Project Blunderhawk. Hi everyone and welcome to Project Blunderhawk episode 6. Apologies for the delay in between updates. I've had some other projects I've been working on, so I haven't had a chance to get to grips with the Thunderhawk for a while, but I've now started working on it again and made a little bit of progress, so just wanted to show you where we got to. So last time I believe we were highlighting that we had these pins in place for the wings. We also discussed putting some additional pins through at a different angle to the wings to hold the wings in place. I've drilled the holes for that now, and I'll just show you how it works. So this pin here is offset and it's been drilled into the wing, so the two different angles of those two when they're in together will give another degree of hold. So this third one will stop the wing moving even more. So there's one pin drilled in each side. So so you can see that. So we will get that's one of the pieces of work that's been done, and the wings will be going on very soon. Last time we spoke we hadn't put any of the fuselage together. I've actually been working on that recently, so we did highlight that we drilled this hole for the stand. One thing I did want to do in addition to drilling that hole was put some pins between this piece and the bottom piece so that it would stop this moving around at all. When the stand is in, it will there's no way that this is going to be jostled off, this one piece in the middle. What I have done in addition to that is I've drilled, now that that's into place, I was able to drill down into the actual through this piece and into this piece, so there's now enough the stick can go through all the way through to this, a little bit in this piece. It did come through slightly into the base because the drill's got like a bit on the end of it that guides it, so that slightly came through to the thing, but I'm very satisfied that this hole is deep enough now for the stick to give a good enough hold and it won't be able to move around. It won't be able to, it's not solely relying on this bit to hold on to, which might, break apart this connection between the two bits. I had a little bit of an issue putting these base bits together. When I originally put them together, I drilled the pins for this bit a bit too forward so that they won't quite sit flat. They won't. Then there's a gap now. There's a gap in here. There's a slight gap in here. And there's a slight gap here. Which needs filling. Basically, when I first did it, I saw the gap, and then I didn't like it because I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and I broke the whole model apart and then tried to put it back together. And in doing that, I actually made the overall fit of the model even worse. So and these two bits were bananaing slightly like this, so that the top bits were not together. But it's close enough now for. It's close enough. I literally had to snap it over my knee to break it back into to give it a bit more leeway. And there's a little bit of wriggle in there, but there's like 4 pins. There's 2 pins in here, 4 pins in here and 2 pins in here, and I'm going to put pins down here as well to give it extra hold. But the upshot of it is, when put together, And I won't be able to do this, I don't think, straight away, because these other pins that I've got in this tail bit are really hard to get together a lot of the time. Actually, sometimes it's easier to put it together off the model. Okay, so that's off the model. Try not to swear on YouTube. Right, so if we push these together, and get this base bit together, yeah, that's fine. So the upshot of it is there's a slight gap here of about 1 millimeter, which is really annoying. The other upshot of it is this top bit that goes on top doesn't sit flush. So I need to, I think actually this bit has actually been raised at the back where there's a slight deformation in the resin. So I just need to shave down this hump, this little hump bit here. After I put it together, I'm going to mini putt this cue, but all the ones I've seen online have actually got a bigger separation gap in the same place, so I feel like it's pretty okay where it is at the moment. It's not perfect, but the whole model isn't perfect. I think we got that from the beginning. So that ultimately should go together reasonably well. And then the next bit that I'm working on is this bit that was quite deformed to fit on the front. So to do that, to keep it put it into shape that it will fit on this end, I'm going to have to use pins again, which I've drilled recently. These are my 1mm pins. You just use a 1mm pin vise. Very easy to do. You just do it by hand. There's a little bit of white Tipex you can see on that vise to show you how deep to go, or how deep you want to go. It's only about 0.5 centimeter, and you can do that on the other side as well. These pins are longer, they will be snipped down, but there's 4 pins here, and there's 4 holes in that part. Once that's on, the only other bit to adjust is these 2 prong, where that is there. This needs to be pushed into there's a bit at the end where this will be pinned into here, and I will have to actually hold it, but I'll have to vise it shut so that those bits they don't have the gap. This gap here will be pushed shut and then pinned shut so that it keeps it well. That's about as far as I've got, to be honest, so far. It's been a bit more, done a little bit more hot water bending to get things a little bit more straight as I would like. And yeah, it's just gonna need a little bit of milli putt all over the model, which was always gonna be a factor. These pins on this thing as well might hold this together a bit more, and yeah, that's where we are so far. It's been a long journey, but finally getting the big bits together. The hardest bit was always going to be drilling that hole. It was the most worrying bit because it's not an actual part of the model, it's something you have to do independently. If anyone's planning to do this project and needs the drill bit that I used, I can just pop something in the comment and I'll find it. But yeah, that's as far as we've got. By the time we have our next update, I'm pretty sure that I'll have the wings on and the rest, most of the fuselage together. What I do need to do before that, the one step I need to do before that, is spray paint the inside, because that's something you're not going to be able to do afterwards. And yeah, that's where we're at. So yeah, thanks for your patience with that last piece, and yeah, I'll be in touch again soon with the next update. I'm sorry this hasn't been very centered, but I'm not going to shoot it again. Anyway, I'll catch you next time. Thanks.